From spiders to bodily expression? Welcome back to Teatime Tales. This week, what's that? Wonder what that could be. Oh, it's Mandibuzz Mail. What does it smell like fruit? Dear Mr. Hatter, I find you guilty of not picking a wider selection of cute Pokémon. To rectify this, I ask that you choose some of the Pokémon highlighted in this letter, starting with this pick for today. Regards, AC. AC? Air conditioning? Oh! This week we got the very first edition of Cherry's Choice, where my partner, Agent Cherry, will pick a guest for us to invite over for tea. Our guest this week is Spinarak. Isn't this little one just so awesome looking? Now, let's jump right in with the name breakdown. Spinarak is likely a clever combination of the word spinneret, which is the specialised organ spiders use to produce their silk webs, the verb spin, and arachnid, the scientific class used to describe what spiders actually are. The name could also stem from spinarak, which means spiderweb in Afrikaans, a West Germanic language spoken in South Africa. Meanwhile, its Japanese name, Itamaru, is broken down from ito, meaning thread, and maru, meaning round or circle. Now what's very interesting about its Japanese name, Maro, it is very versatile in its meaning. It can be used to denote a correct answer, reference the number 0, and very fittingly in this case, can actually be used as a very cute pet name. Spinarak's design may be heavily based on the Tricholophila clavata, otherwise known as the Joro spider. These vibrant arachnids are native to the Eastern Asian regions, including China, Korea, Taiwan, and Japan, excluding the colder Hokkaido region. Now the main structural similarity between our guest and our real-life counterpart is they both share distinctive markings on their abdomens that resemble facial expressions. But a little bit more on that subject in a moment. Spinarak may appear cute, but make no mistake, they are very, very proficient hunters. This is detailed across all of their Pokédex entries stemming all the way back to Gold and Silver, stating explicitly that they can wait in the same pose for days on end, waiting for unsuspecting prey to wander too close to their web. Not only that, but according to its Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire entries, it can determine exactly what kind of prey is touching its web based purely on the specific vibrations down the silk strands. It essentially treats its web like a secondary, external nervous system. Super clever, if not ever so slightly scary. As a quick side note, Spinarak's favourite prey preference, officially revealed in Pokémon Sun and Moon, happens to be Cutifly? Yeesh! Looks like Cutifly is the #1 bestseller at most Spinarak's restaurants. What's that, Spinarak? Your web sources are telling you there's a new segment coming. Well, you're exactly right. And it's a segment that I'm going to call Arachnid Antics. Now, I mentioned earlier that Spinarak and their real-life counterparts share distinctive markings on their abdomens. Let's take a closer look at some fairly striking real-world examples. The most literal comparison is the Phrygian Grillata, famously known as the Hawaiian Happy Face spider. Here is a direct side-by-side next to our guest. Do you see the resemblance? Alternatively, take a look at the kidney garden spider. If you compare it to our guest, the face similarities are strikingly close, aren't they? They've captured everything right down to the frowning expression. Just a random observation between me and you. Is it me, or does the kidney garden spider resemble the Pringles crisp man? Tell me what you think in the comments. Anyway. Hold up, hold your mudstails. That's not the only spider that Spinarak has biological links to. Have you noticed a prominent horn on its forehead here? That's actually a reference to the Ceratogyrus genus of tarantula that's native to South Africa. This also ties back beautifully to our name breakdown. If you remember, the word Spinarak hails from the exact geographic region where this specific tarantula genus is found. What a neat and tidy way to web together all of our guests' distinctive origins. Alrighty then, now we know where our guest gets its awesome visage from, let's wind things down, spin up a comfortable web hammock, and check out some of the great arts in this week's Card Breakdown. First up, from the classic e-reader era, we have this wonderfully quirky card from Aquapolis, illustrated by Masako Yamashita. I have so many questions here. Why is Spinarak casually popping out of what can only be described as a brightly coloured plastic toy house? Regardless, the retro vibes are immaculate, even if Spinarak's choice of real estate is slightly baffling. Next, we shift gears into some modern action with its Lost Thunder artwork, beautifully illustrated by Misa Tsutsui. I love how dynamic this art feels. The crisp, vivid colours perfectly showcase Spinarak actively scaling a branch while spinning its web, highlighting that patient, proficient hunter vibe we talked about earlier. For the final piece today, we have this absolute gem from Shining Fates, illustrated by the phenomenal artist So-So. I'm a massive sucker for So-So's art, which is so soft and whimsical and storybook-esque. Seeing Spinarak peeking out from the cosy dark canopy leaves is just beautiful. It's exactly the kind of relaxed aesthetic we love around here. Oh! There's more? Ah yes, so Cherry has asked me to show off this one specific honourable mention, because it was just simply too cute to leave out. This absolute vintage classic from Neo Discovery, illustrated by Yukiko Baba. And honestly, great pick, Cherry. This one's a really spectacular piece that brings us back to our Gen 2 roots. Everything down to the background is just spectacular, and what a perfect way to round out this week's lineup. And that's all on Spinarak. Thank you so much for joining me today, and a massive thank you to Agent Cherry, wherever you're hiding. If you enjoyed today's episode and want to see more, feel free to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss it for when a new guest joins me for tea. And if you want to see more videos done by myself, feel free to check out some of my other works here. Until the next time, have a blessed day, and do stop by again.